Hello, everybody. Today marks a huge milestone in my life. 1,000 days since I had my ablation to treat atrial fibrillation or AFib. I want to take you through my entire AFib journey from the first moment I felt something was wrong to where I am today. And I'll be sharing how AFib affected me physically and mentally, what steps I took to fight it, and of course, how I'm doing now, 1,000 days after my ablation. Stick around to the end for a full update on my heart health. My AFib journey began in August of 2019. At the time, I considered myself a very healthy, active 41-year-old. I ate well, exercised regularly, and avoided smoking and drinking heavily. I even had recently seen my primary care doctor and been given a clean bill of health. Then one day at work, out of nowhere, I felt my heart start to pound erratically in my chest. It was like nothing I'd ever experienced before. My pulse was erratic and all over the place, skipping beats, fluttering, and pounding. I had no idea what was happening to me. At first, I wrote it off as stress or anxiety, but over the next few weeks, this happened a couple more times. The episodes would last a couple of minutes, and then my heart would go back to normal, and I would feel completely fine afterwards. So I didn't think anything was too seriously wrong with me, but as time went on, the episodes kept coming. They lasted longer, occurred more frequently, and started interfering with my life. By January 2020, I couldn't ignore the symptoms any longer, so I decided to see a doctor. I remember sitting in the doctor's office still thinking they'd tell me it was just anxiety or that I needed to relax more. But after an EKG, my doctor looked up and said to me, "You have atrial fibrillation." I was completely shocked. I just had a clean bill of health months earlier. How could this happen? I had always taken good care of myself, yet my heart was failing me. The diagnosis hit me hard emotionally. I felt like my body had betrayed me and I didn't know how to fix it. After my diagnosis, I was initially prescribed medications like metoprolol and baby aspirin, which were soon replaced with flecainide. But despite these treatments, my AFib episodes continued to get worse. By early 2021, I was having episodes lasting more than 24 hours, multiple times a week. The medications just weren't enough, and I felt completely out of control. Physically, AFib took a huge toll on me. I was always exhausted. Even simple activities like walking or climbing stairs would leave me short of breath. I had a passion for weightlifting and high-intensity activities like CrossFit, mountain biking, and trail running, but AFib made me cautious about pushing my limits. I felt like my heart was a ticking time bomb ready to go out of rhythm at any moment. But mentally, it was even harder. I was constantly anxious, waiting for the next episode to strike. AFib made me feel nervous, unsettled, and unable to focus. It affected every part of my life, work, home, and even my relationships. I went from feeling strong and confident, feeling weak, stressed, and worried all the time. By January 2021, after months of dealing with increasingly frequent and prolonged AFib episodes, my electrophysiologist told me that it was time for an ablation. I was terrified. The idea of undergoing a procedure like this felt daunting, especially after trying everything: lifestyle changes, medications, and relaxation techniques to manage my AFib. But nothing worked, and AFib was taking over my life. Deep down, I knew I needed to take action. So on February 12th, 2021, I went in for my pulmonary vein isolation ablation. I was nervous but hopeful that this could finally be the solution. The procedure went much smoother than I had anticipated. I was under general anesthesia and didn't feel anything. When I woke up in the recovery room and saw my heart in perfect rhythm on the monitor, it was a surreal and hopeful moment. My recovery from the ablation was quicker than I expected. I was fortunate to go home the same day with only minor discomfort from the catheter insertion points and a little chest soreness. Within a few months, my doctor gave me the incredible news I could stop taking all my AFib medications because my heart had been in perfect rhythm since the procedure. This also had to do with my age and other factors. However, while the physical recovery was smooth, the mental recovery took a little longer. For months after I had the ablation, I found myself obsessively checking my pulse, worried that AFib might return. I relied heavily on my Apple Watch to monitor my heart, running daily EKGs, and paying attention to every sensation in my chest. Over time, though, my confidence has grown and the anxiety has started to fade. Now I can go weeks without worrying about AFib or constantly checking my heart, something I never thought would be possible. The ablation truly changed my life. My AFib symptoms drastically improved or were completely gone, and it gave me back control over my health, and I finally feel like myself again. To prevent AFib from returning, I've made some important lifestyle changes, though some of them are still a work in progress. First, I prioritize my sleep. I make sure to rest when I'm tired, as sleep is critical for keeping my heart healthy. This has become a non-negotiable part of my routine. I'm always trying to eat healthier. Instead of cutting out all junk food, I focus on adding more whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins to each meal. It has helped me reduce my cravings for processed foods. This has been a tough one, but I limit caffeine. Cutting back on coffee was hard, but I gradually switched to drinking more decaf to avoid potential AFib triggers from caffeine. I quit alcohol completely. I miss the social aspect of having a beer, but I've cut out alcohol because my doctor told me alcohol is a major AFib trigger, and he suggested I completely avoid it, so I have. I try to exercise daily. I walk at least 2 miles and do bodyweight exercises regularly. I haven't returned to high intensity workouts, but staying active at this level keeps me healthy without straining my heart. I still monitor my heart regularly using various monitors, and I'm always working to reduce my stress. This one is definitely a work in progress. I'm practicing deep breathing and yoga, but managing stress consistently is something I'm actively working on and not very good at. These habits are things I'm working on every day to keep AFib from coming back. And though some areas like stress management are still challenging, I'm making steady progress. So here's how my heart is doing 1,000 days after my ablation. And I'm very happy to report that I haven't had a single AFib episode since the procedure. My heart has stayed in perfect sinus rhythm, and I'm completely off all AFib medications. Also, I no longer live in constant fear of my heart going out of rhythm. Although I know it might come back, I rarely worry about it these days. If you're struggling with AFib, I want you to know that there is hope. Treatments are constantly improving and doctors are getting better at managing this condition. My doctor told me exactly that. Every year we get better at treating this. So I know it can be difficult both physically and mentally, but there are solutions, whether it's through medication, lifestyle changes, or ablation, or whatever your doctor recommends. Don't give up. The key is to find a doctor who's experienced, answers your questions, and makes you feel confident in your treatment plan. Thank you so much for watching and all the incredible support you've shown me throughout this journey. If you're not sure what to watch next, check out another of my videos that I will stick right here. I think you will really enjoy it. Take care, and I will see you next time.